I must say that, a trickle of aid is flowing where torrents should be surging, and that's one of the reasons why I want to highlight this issue here, because politicians need to stick to the promises they made. They need to stick to their consciences and their convictions. A lot of the aid that was promised actually has been exaggerated through a smoke and mirrors kind of aid reporting. So basically, some of the new and additional aid that has been promised during the financial crisis has been reported is actually old aid that has been promised, but just repackaged. So I think we really need to double our efforts. What I would say about this is that cutting aid for education may save taxpayers in developed countries a few pennies, but it can cost the young children in developing nations their whole future. And in our economies, growth will return, people will get their jobs back, but you only have one chance at a childhood. Once you miss your chance to get an education, you're never going to recover that. And the converse is true. Once you have your education, then it's always going to be by your side and no one can take it away from you. So I think there's a moral as well as a business case for providing people with an education, why it should be a priority, and why I hope that the leaders of the G8 and others will continue to push forward and come through with the promises they made to deliver on education.
One of the issues related to this topic that I know are struggling with in the United States, but it also seems to be a common theme around the world, is where the initiative comes for those educational programs. To what degree the private sector should be engaged in funding that, in helping to determine what should be on the agenda of most schools and educational programs, and to what degree the state needs to take the leadership on that.
I would say that, non-governmental organizations and private sector organizations should be partners with the government when it comes to education, because it's very important that our children have the kind of skills that the workplace requires once they graduate. It's not enough to get children into school, it's what they get out of school that matters. And increasingly, the business world today wants employees that are entrepreneurial, creative, adaptable, are very flexible and can keep ahead of very changing market trends. And to be able to get that kind of individual, you need a really good quality education and highly trained teachers. You need the highly trained teachers to really give the skills to these students and prepare them for jobs that don't exist yet. So increasingly, I think the business world realizes that they have a really high stake in the quality of the education, because it determines the quality of their future employees. It's very simple. A good education means good future employees, which means higher productivity, which means more profit. And that's just the way it is. We all understand that human capital is king. And the best way to build it is through our schools and our universities.